What's up, guys? Today we're playing a Pick 7, and today we're taking another step toward our goal on our subscriber account, Snow Me the Way. Now, today we're going to go in and do Nightmare Secretary Vera. This is the Earth boss, so we're going to bring in an all-fire team. One problem is I don't have Fire Tenebria and I don't have Fire Bale, so we're going to try out some heroes and see if we can beat this boss today and get some gear. And next up, let's look at our heroes for Secretary Vera on Nightmare mode. This has to be a full fire team, so we're going to show you all the fire heroes that we're using. This one is Carmen Rose. She is a specialty change hero at plus 30. I like to use her into the light expedition. She's going to help you do quite a lot of damage. You get the dagger Sakar. Also, she just looks amazing, right? Amazing hero, amazing voice lines. I love her. She's on an attack build, so 3500 attack or more. I like to run at least 170 speed on all heroes that aren't counter bots. You can run a really slow A Ravi or a Bellion or a Seaside Bologna, Moonlight Landy, heroes like that. But for everyone else, I like to run at least 170. This is speed, and to do that, we have an attack pair of boots, and I'll show you that in a moment. 240 onto the crit damage, and then we have some effectiveness. We need to have 85% effectiveness here, so we get 47, and then we also get a 45. That puts her at 92, which is more than enough. Let's go ahead and check out her gear. 101 equipment score, very nice. That one had over 100. This one over 100 as well. Look at that crit chance roll. Fantastic. I rolled this one. Really happy with it. And this one also pretty good. I rolled this as well. So we see crit damage. I would like to see attack here, but I'm not going to take out the defense for attack, because then you're going to lose percentages. Then we have effectiveness, which is good. The ring is a free ring. This one comes from your raid. And then the boots are it's an arena pair of boots. They don't roll amazing. 84 is pretty good. Below where I would want to be for a level 85 epic that was reforged. I want to be 90 plus. So this is basically heroic gear. Then we have her onto Bloody Rose again, because this one's going to give her effectiveness, but also that vampiric touch, which is very important for your light expedition. At some point, you won't need it, and you can move her onto something like a Caladra. But don't forget, Bloody Rose will also help you in this fight, because we need to land those debuffs when we get to the Cocoon phase. Now we come to Adventurer Wrath. I want to have 95% effectiveness. That way I can utilize him into not only Nightmare, but I want to pull him into Abyss. And this is going to be our Abyss Adventurer Wrath. I don't have the Imprint Concentration because I want to have the extra HP for the heroes you're meant to keep alive. Specialty change 30, not plus 15. Not yet, we should take it to plus 15. I want to have 13 to 1500 defense, 25k is pretty good. 203 is okay for speed. You can make him faster if you like PvE or PvP, like for RTA, but not necessary for this fight, so 200 is pretty good. And then we have him at 94% effectiveness, one off, but still pretty good. What we really want to do is we want to soul burn his S number 2 for pretty much anything. If you're bringing Wrath, that's what we're doing. We're soul burning his S number 2. This is going to trigger a dual attack, and there's also a 70% chance to land a defense break, which is very important. Now we come to our Mercedes, and this one's a free Mercedes. Free gear, and then also a arena pair of ring, and then it looks like we rolled this pair of boot. Not sure who rolled this one, but 94, pretty darn good. I like it. Because this is a damage Mercedes to take out all the eggs, right? Then I want to have at least 4500 defense or attack. I want to pull her into 170 speed if you can. We need 85% crit chance, and the rest can go into crit damage. Now, ideally, what we want to do eventually is migrate her onto a counter build, and that way you can utilize her into PvP, which is very important. She's amazing at that. And now Mascot Hazel. I really only built Hazel for this fight. So whatever gear you have lying around will be good. Stats, I guess I don't care. But pretty much anything, health, defense, speed, and effect resist will be good on her. If you are relying on her S1 for the debuff, right, then we need to have 15% effectiveness. So try and get at least that. and that way you have a max chance to land the unhealable on her S1. She's at a plus 30, which is good, and a plus 12, which is also good. Don't remember if I talked about this, but we want to run her without the imprint concentration. She's actually a decent healer. I hate everything about Mascot Hazel. I hate her voice lines. I hate her animation. Like, everything is just terrible. But she's a decent healer, so you don't actually have to run her with a healing artifact. I have her on Wondrous Potion Vial because occasionally she'll get hit with like a 3-turn silence, and that's just devastating. So this will help you to remove that. You can also put her onto something like a violin. I think it's called violin. No, it's called Stella Harpa. It's a harp, not a violin, and that will help remove debuffs as well. And then she does very well into this fight. We don't want to use something like a Tamarin because we need her for the queen, and there really aren't any other healers for fire. So if you haven't built a Mascot Hazel, go ahead and do it. You actually don't need to put her at plus 30 for her to work out just fine. I use mine on my May account with no extra runes into her, so no worries there. Nightmare Vera, let's go. I had to walk here, so you see I do have some souls, which will help me in this fight, because I'll be able to soul burn my Ras S number 2. And that's really going to help, because I don't have anyone who can do an AoE defense break. So I would really like to have something like a Sage Ball. Just kidding, I don't want Sage Ball. Or I would like to have a Fire Tenebria who can do a defense break while also being fire. Unfortunately, we don't have those heroes to deal with, so we're going to have to try this with a Carmen Rose. Now we're utilizing this Carmen Rose for the light expedition, so hopefully she translates well into this fight and can help us put down the debuffs that we need for the boss when he goes into cocoon phase. That's really what I'm going for here. Okay, we do get a slow, doesn't really matter. And we're going to save this S number 2 for the next turn when we get to have some of the little egg guys. Different than execute. They're not cute. We're getting pretty close. I think 50% is where we want to be to trigger the Secretary of Vera going into her. Is it a her? Waifu Vera here. We want to trigger Secretary Vera. I don't know why I said that. That was super weird. To go into the cocoon phase. Looks like we are gonna have to go through one more round here of our ads. No big deal. Let's see if we can do an S number 3 to soften them up. Okay, what does this do? It's just a big hit. Let's go ahead and hit. Now I'm bringing the Carmen Rose because I really want her to land the debuffs. Because the more debuffs you have on the boss in the cocoon phase, the more damage you're going to do. And we really need to make it past that cocoon phase. I've made it past it like one time without killing the cocoon and without her completely wiping. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to soul burn this and just kill this. Very good.
Should we get started?
Wow, we get another soul burn. Alright, this should be it. Looking at this here, you only need to have 10% effectiveness to land debuffs on this phase. And we see that the more debuffs we land, the better. But hopefully we get off some of those. Okay, we get 2. And if you guys don't know, we also have 1 debuff unhealable. Now it's only 55%. I can get it to, what is this, 75% chance here, which can be very useful. And let's go ahead, let's do it. See if we get it. More damage, always better. Need this Ras defense break though.
If I must fight, this won't be an easy fight.
There it is.
I will release my power.
Let's go ahead and soul burn this. We should see big chunks. Oh, I didn't get the second attack. I didn't notice I didn't have the attack
Will
buff.
you
That's okay.
help me? I don't know. Time
We
to
still have some
spread the
time
word.
before we have to go to the next
Why
one.
don't you beg for forgiveness? Oh, wait. It's already too late.
Carmen
I'll protect
Rose,
you.
she's such a beast.
I hope you're ready.
She's hilarious. I always call her crazy ex-girlfriend. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
wish someone would help me.
Not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing. All right,
Ah,
and now we go into the third phase. No big
obey
deal
me.
here.
Call. Mercedes,
We're just going to go
preparation
ahead and
complete
just
beyond
damage
the abyss
everyone.
to
That's
the
what we're going
end
to
of
do.
futility.
We see that there are some debuffs here on the ads. It doesn't matter because I can never kill them anyway.
I'll make you a
The
believer.
debuff says, okay, increased damage suffered.
There's
Again,
no
doesn't
escape.
matter. So we're just going to go ahead and go. We're going to try and remove this buff here with our
Will
Wrath,
you
but if you
help
don't
me,
get to
Wolf?
remove it, again, no big deal. This is just going to be a damage
Let's
fight.
get it over with.
If
Commander,
these eggs hatch, that's cool too.
Here I
let's
go.
fight together.
Should we
Come
get
on,
started?
Wrath.
If
Oh,
I win, you join us.
we got 15
Deal?
percented. We need 85% effectiveness here to have max
Obey
chance to
me.
land our debuffs. And
Obey me.
Wrath, I think, got resisted at least once. He has a 90%. So that's what we call 15%, right?
All right, let's do
I realize
this.
that probably doesn't make any sense. In this game, we
Call.
have a
Mercedes,
15% chance
preparation complete.
to miss
Obey me.
a debuff. So
Obey
inherently,
me.
no matter how much effectiveness you have,
I can't do
every
this.
debuff in the game has a
Oh
15%
no.
chance to miss unless it has
I
specifically
have to
ignores
take you
effect
with me.
resist.
I'll take you somewhere nice.
That's
So
why
you
people like
better
Basar,
hurry.
that's why the new Politis, that's why a lot of these that ignore effect resist are so important because now we can get 200 effect resist very easily.
I'll protect you.
So having these heroes that can
Take
ignore that
this.
whole mechanic,
You owe me
you know,
one.
becomes good on
Time to
offense.
spread the word. I wish
And this
someone
one's
would
almost
help me.
done. Right now, could we do an Archie? We probably could. I'm not going to. One good thing about this Mercedes is that if she dies, who cares? She can still resurrect one time.
If I win, you join us. Deal?
If I must fight,
And this one looks like it's
this won't be an
almost going to
easy
be
fight.
over. Carmen Rose
Will you
doing a
help me,
great
Wolf?
job, double duty for our expeditions and also for this fight.
Uh-huh.
I do like
Just as
Tenebria because she
planned.
has the AoE defense break,
I will
but we
release my
didn't actually
power.
need it here
Call.
because
Unveil
the
your eye
Mercedes
of
hits hard
terror.
enough that she's able to kill all the eggs on her turn, which is very important. So keep that in mind if you're going to try and build this kind of team. This is actually the first time I'm running it and the first time I'm using Carmen Rose
Should we
here.
get started?
So pretty excited that
I
it
hope
worked
you're ready.
out.
Here I go.
There we go. Let's go ahead and check out our map. Now I did have to walk to the boss. After I was done here, I came back up and went to the west to kill the elite boss here, and then backtracked this way until I got to this point to kill the last elite boss. Now let's go in and see what our portal has to offer. Really excited here. Hopefully I get a pair of boots. I need a rage pair of boots. I keep getting it on my other accounts, but I have not gotten one on this subscriber account yet. Let's see what we have. So this one is health with speed. That's good. We have two flat here, so we're going to get rid of this one. Now we have health, defense, effect, resist. I like it. This is a good combination to have for a lot of your healers and your knights, right? I do like this combination. A little bit low on effect resist. The crit chance doesn't matter. We're going to try and avoid that one, but overall, we're going to keep it. Now we come to health, defense, speed, effectiveness. I would like that to be effect resist. If you can, I guess we can try and roll this and go health, defense, speed, and hopefully we avoid that effectiveness. But even if it rolls a little bit into it, that can still be a usable piece. This is one of the old pieces, level 88 gear. You can see because it starts with the equipment score of 32. Now this one, oh man, I don't like it. I don't. We have attack, we have speed, health, effect, resist, crit damage. Who are we going to use this on? Who needs to have high attack with also high health? You're thinking things like Hawaii Young, right? But we don't want health on Hawaii Young. You're thinking things like Floppy Hat Lilius, but we don't want health on Floppy Hat Lilius. We want to see attack, crit damage, defense, speed. Then you can have effect resist at the end. Maybe you're thinking of something like a Arunka, or maybe even a Senya. Attack, health, speed, effect, resist could be good on her if we can avoid crit damage. Overall, I think we're going to keep it. It has a good starting value of 34. It has near max stats, which I do like, but I'm not certain what hero we can use that on. So we're going to go ahead and sell the necklace and then move on to our next battle. Let's take a look at our Secretary Vera pieces, and we'll start with the helmet. This one's going to be a little bit easier to use. We see 777 Epic 7 by the way. Let's see what we get here. We get an 8 into defense. Hey, that's pretty good. 9 is the highest roll we can get. Let's get some more of those 8s. We get a 7 into HP. I like this. I wish instead of effectiveness they had effect resist here, but I think that's going to be okay, especially for people who want to have debuffs and also have some resist, right? Now, not good. We see a 5. I believe that's a min roll for level 88. So now we're at a 61. I want to be closer to a 66, but still not a bad piece. Now, I don't like to go to the plus 12 roll unless I already know I'm going to keep it. Now we're at a 70. We get another 5. Not amazing. Who can we possibly use this on? I don't know who we're going to use this on. I'm undecided. At this point, I want to make sure that I have someone to use it before I waste those resources going all the way up to a level plus 15. At a 70 right here, we're going to get to about 85 or so, which is closer to a heroic piece after Reforge than it is to a epic piece after Reforge. Also, because it has effectiveness here, I want to make sure there's someone I can use it on. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking about somebody like a Tamarin, right? Somebody who wants to have some effect resist up to about 200%. Then at 100% for the effectiveness, that would help out quite a lot. For Tamarin, I like to use a hit set or a resist set to try and meet those goals. We're going to see who we have that can use this first before we take it to plus 15. Now let's go into this chest plate. This one is pretty good. We have a lot of heroes that can use it. I want to avoid crit chance or go high crit chance. So two things that we're going to look at with this piece. And we get high crit chance it is, plus 5. Nice. Now we get a min roll. So we get a max roll and then a min roll. So that is terrible. Let's see if we can get another max roll to try and save this. And we don't. We get a min roll. I want to be at a 57. I'm at a 55. The min roll did help, but being a level 80 piece, I'm not really seeing how we're going to use this. So we're going to go ahead and get out of it. 2 min rolls, I think, killed it for me. It's not something I'm going to continue. And let's go into our last piece. Now, I have no idea how to use this. We have attack, health, effect resist, and then speed. Then crit damage. I mean, maybe like a Moonlight Bellona, but I don't have her. Maybe we can avoid effect resist and take this into crit chance. Let's see if we can triple roll speed on it. That'll help make the decision. We get a decent roll into health. 9 is the highest. We get a plus 3. 5 is the highest here, I think. 5. Okay, then we get a 6. So at this point, I want to be at around about a 64 to a 66. I'm at a 62, but I just don't know who I would use this on. I don't have anyone that I would use it on off the top of my head. I think if you were end game and you had a lot of resources, if you had a lot of things that were built up, then you could probably keep something like this. See if you can roll 2 more times into speed. That would be like an 8, 14, 17 speed, 22 HP, 5 resist, and some crit damage. Maybe you can put it onto a bruiser, a hero like a Spectre Tenebria, maybe mod this into crit chance. But I don't have anyone who can utilize this. Maybe like a Fire Charlotte? Yeah, Fire Charlotte doesn't use counter set because she has the AoE, so she's better onto a speed set, and she doesn't need to have crit chance. I think we're going to keep this one as well and see what happens with it. But for right now, I don't know who I would use it on, and I don't want to waste a bunch of resources, so we're going to keep that one in storage. Disappointing haul from Secretary Vera, but we did want to kill her. She wasn't too difficult, and we proved that we can do it with Carmen Rose, which is a very nice add. We're going to keep going with the last few bosses. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed this video. Give me a like so other people just like you can find it as well. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on your battles.